Learn how to deal with those who hurt you. Have you ever felt that pain that lingers in your chest, that lump in your throat, when someone you trusted disappoints you, betrays you, or simply discards you as if you were worthless? We've all been there. Watch until the end to discover how to handle it. But what if I told you there's a way not just to survive these wounds, but to emerge stronger? A strategy used by emperors, philosophers, and warriors throughout history to turn pain into power. Today, you'll learn how Stoicism, the philosophy of the strong, can teach you to deal with those who hurt you without destroying yourself, without lowering your standards, and most importantly, without giving them control over your peace. Because, here's the truth, those who hurt you don't deserve another second of your suffering, and you're about to learn how to remove them from your mind, once and for all. Stay with me, because what comes next will change the way you see betrayal, injustice, and emotional pain forever. Let's dive into the lessons. Lesson 1. Stop waiting for an apology. It only keeps you stuck. Have you ever replayed a situation in your mind, waiting for the person who hurt you to finally acknowledge what they did? The Stoics knew this was a trap. Marcus Aurelius, one of the greatest Stoic emperors, said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." If you're stuck waiting for a sorry that may never come, the only one suffering is you. Think of it like an unpaid debt. If you obsess over collecting from someone who refuses to pay, who loses sleep, you, not the debtor. The same goes for grudges. Example, your friend disappears when you need them, then comes back as if nothing happened. You wait for an apology that never arrives while they move on with their life. Who's stuck in the past? You. The Stoic solution? Accept that some people will never own up to their mistakes, and that's about their character, not yours. Your peace cannot depend on someone else's remorse. Lesson 2. Control what you can, your reaction. The Stoics taught, it's not what happens to you, but how you interpret it that hurts you. Betrayal stings, yes, but the extra suffering, the anger, the anxiety, the "what if I had acted differently?" That's your choice. Imagine someone insults you on the street. If you ignore it, the offense dies there. If you react, the conflict escalates. The same applies to emotional pain. You can't control what others do, but you can control whether it affects you for days, months, or just a few minutes. Practical example. Your boss humiliates you in a meeting. You have two options. Option A, take it personally, dwell on it, ruin your weekend. Option B, Stoic. Think, this says more about them than me. Take the lesson, maybe it's time to update your resume, and move on. Lesson 3. Turn pain into wisdom. Even betrayal can make you stronger. Seneca, another great Stoic, said, "Harsh lessons are what our enemies teach us." Instead of just suffering, ask yourself, what did this reveal? The friend who gossiped behind your back showed they weren't trustworthy. The partner who cheated revealed the relationship was already fragile. Everyday example. A coworker steals credit for your idea. Instead of just raging, use it as motivation to document your work better or seek a more ethical workplace. Lesson 4. Practice indifference toward those who don't deserve your energy. The Stoics didn't preach hatred or revenge, but conscious indifference. Epictetus said, "If someone irritates you, it's your own opinion that irritates you." This doesn't mean pretending you weren't hurt. It means choosing not to feed the drama. How to apply this? Did someone hurt you? Don't chase them. Don't demand explanations. Do they try to act normal? Respond politely, but without emotion. Example, that relative who always disrespects you at family gatherings. Instead of arguing, smile, change the subject, or simply walk away. No fight, no victimhood, just silence and distance. Lesson 5. Remember, everything is temporary, including the pain. Marcus Aurelius reflected, everything is fleeting, both the one who hurts you and the pain itself. 5 years from now, will this still matter? Probably not. Think back to a school fight that felt like the end of the world. Today, you barely remember it. Current grudges are the same. Time lessens the pain, but only if you stop reliving it. Stoic exercise. Write down what happened. Revisit it a week later. Does it still feel as heavy? Lesson 6. The last word is yours, even without saying anything. The Stoics believe true victory is keeping your integrity. When someone hurts you and waits for your reaction, silence can be the most powerful response. Final example. The person who hurt you watches your social media waiting for a rant or a subtweet. Meanwhile, you post happy moments, live your life, and leave them wondering, why aren't they shaken? That's Stoicism in action. Not coldness, but freedom. Ready to put this into practice? Start today. Write down a grudge that still weighs on you. Ask, what did this teach me? Decide on an action, whether cutting contact or forgiving for your own peace. As the Stoics said, you can't control what happens, but you can control who you become after. If this helped you, imagine what applying it in real life could. Try it, then share your thoughts in the comments. Final reflection. Remember that chest pain we mentioned at the start? That feeling of betrayal, injustice, or abandonment that seemed endless? By now, I hope you see there's a way to turn that pain into strength, and that the Stoics knew this 2,000 years ago. It starts with a simple but powerful decision. Stop waiting for those who hurt you to admit their mistake. Your peace cannot depend on their remorse. Instead, Stoicism teaches us to focus on the only thing we truly control, our mind and reactions. Transforming pain into wisdom, practicing indifference, and remembering this too shall pass aren't just philosophical ideas. They're practical tools for living lighter. Silence isn't weakness. It's proof you refuse to stay trapped in suffering. But here's the truth. Knowing this is just the first step. Real change happens when you apply these principles daily. Want to go deeper? Check out the full Stoic Relationships playlist on the channel. More videos on applying these lessons to love, career, self-esteem, and more. Each one is a step toward emotional freedom. If this helped, hit like. It tells YouTube this topic matters and helps others find these lessons. Comment below. What insight resonated most? Use self-control, conscious indifference, or drives emotional freedom? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Finally, congratulations. Watching this far shows you're committed to growth, and that's courage. Thank you for your time. As Marcus Aurelius said, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. See you in the next video. Keep moving toward your best self.